Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, do not forget to like and subscribe. In this today's video, we are going to solve leetcode problem first in an array. This is a first leetcode problem which is an two sum. So this is also related as an k sum problem. Okay, it is also related as a k sum. So this problem states that if two element or array element are equal to the target, you are going to return that two element indexes. So what do I means? So you are going to iterate through every element. So here 2 plus 7 which gives us 9, right? So this is an answer. So we are going to return that index in an output console. So this is a simple problem. I will explain how to do it in an optimal approach, because in a brute force approach you are going to take this element and checking every element, which end up giving an big O of n square. So I am going to reduce this big O of n square into big O of n. Okay, I am going to solve this problem using an optimal approach, using an hash map function. So let's get started. So you are going to remember this simple formula plus how to check this in a hash map. That's all. So in this problem, and just I am using an hash map to solve this problem. Okay. See, the nums of I means the element in an array. So nums of j means another element in a given array, which is equals to target means you are going to return that index. Okay. Let's suppose I'm taking 2 plus 7, which eventually 9. This is just an approximation. Do not worry about another thing. So then, can I write this formula as nums of j equals to target minus nums of I? Yeah, I can able to write. If I put nums of I in this place, it eventually become minus nums of I. Okay. So if I do here calculation, I can get nums of j. I don't need to take another element. So 9 minus 2, the first index is 2, right? So it eventually gives us 7. I mean, this element is what we need more to reach the target, more needed to match the target. That means whatever 2 is there, right? How much 2 need to match the target, particular target, which is 7, right? 7 plus 2. The 2 need more 7 to match the 9. So eventually it becomes 9. Okay. So we will check this 7. It is in the hash map. If it is, then we are going to store that index and return at the end. So if you do not get any idea, I will explain how it works by using this simple explanation. Yeah, using this simple example, I am going to explain entire to some problem how it works overall. So you are going to just iterate through every element in single loop, which takes big of n times. So you check with the 2, which is an nums of I, and then target is 9. So you're going to subtract with the target. Then you are getting 7. You will check whether this 7 is in the hash map. If it is not, because hash map is initially empty. Okay. So if it is 7 is not there in the hash map, so you're going to just put that element and that index. So this element is 2 and the index is 0. So you're going to put that and you're going to move the pointer to the next element. So in this element, you're going to check for this also. So target is 9 minus the current element is 7. So the answer is something 2. So you will check whether this 2 is in the hash map. Then you are going to get the 2. Yeah, it is in the hash map. So you're going to return that index, or you can able to store that in an answer 0 and the which is the current element, which is I. So the current element is 1. So you're going to store like that, and you're going to move that pointer to the another, and also you should store that hash map in the that element also. Okay, then you're going to do the next iteration 11, 9 minus 11, which is minus 2. So this is not in the hash map, so you're going to do nothing, just put the element in a hash map, which is 11 comma index is 2. Okay, so then you're going to the next element and checking 9 minus 15, which is minus 6. It is not in the hash map, so minus is not in the hash map, so you're going to put that 15 and that index in the hash map. So at the end you will get the answer by checking just in a single loop. So this is simple problem you can able to solve using an hash map. So this example is also same thing. You will take an hash map which is an initially empty. So this is an hash map. Okay, initially it is empty. So you're going to check through the every element just in single loop. Okay, this is an index 0, 1, 2. So in this index just an target minus target is 6. 6 minus the current element 3. It will appear 3. So 3 is not in the hash map. So you're going to do nothing. You just do put an element, whatever the current element, and that index, which is 0. Then I'm going to next element and check whether the target is 6 minus the current element is 2 equal to 4. Whether 4 is in the hash map. So it is not in the hash map. You're just going to put 2 comma that index 1. So next you are going to check with the 4. So 6 minus 4, which is 2. You will check whether 2 is in the hash map. Yeah, it is in the hash map. You are just going to return that hash map element 1 comma the current indexes, which is 2. So this is how you are going to solve this problem. So let's start coding in the leetcode so that you can get a better idea of what I am saying. Yeah, let's code this in a leetcode. So this problem stated to sum given an array of integers nums and the integer target. So return the indexes of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. You may assume that each input would have the exactly one solution and you may not use the same element twice. So you can return the answer in any order. So the input is like this. You're going to return the indexes. So let's start coding. So you're going to take an one-dimensional array for storing the indexes. So next you are going to use the hash map, which is an key value pair. Okay. I'm taking MPP as in variable. You can take anything, but logic should be same. Then you are going to take an n, which is an length of the array. Then you are going to iterate through every element using a for loop. So you're just want to take single number for calculating what I said in video, that formula. So you want to calculate that more needed, which is a target minus that number. So you will check whether that particular number is in the hash map. Using a contains key which returns the whether it is in the hash map or not. If it is there, then you are going to store it in a answer array. This get function will return the indexes, okay? And the current element is stored in the next index. So at the end, you are going to make hash updation. So you're going to using an mpp dot, which is a variable dot put function. You're going to put that particular array in a hash and that particular index also, and at the end you are going to return that answer. So let's see whether it is working perfectly fine or not. Yeah, it's working correctly. So let's sum it up. Yeah, it's working perfectly, guys. And it will take big of n complexities, okay? Big of n complex time complexity and big of n time space complexity. So that's all for today's, guys. Thank you.